Okay, remember when we left, we had made a new project with individual layers. As you can see, our layers are still right here. Okay. Now, remember how we can move our layers around. Okay. And go up to that layer. And we can move that layer around. Now, adding text. I know everybody want to know how to add text to their photos. Simply come up to the T, select, right here, click. See how I added a text layer? Now we're going to type. We're just going to type project 1. Okay. Come up to your move tool. See how I can move it around? It's really small. Come up to edit. Go to free transfer. And see how I put the little boxes around it? That way you can open it up and you can move it in the position you want that text file to be. Now, simply click on your arrow. That's how you cut it off. Apply. Now, a lot of people want to know how to change the font in this text. Go to your text tool, highlight it, start at the beginning, highlight it, and come right up here. See up here at the top? They give you a bunch of fonts that you should be able to find something you like. Just select, and there it is. It just changed your font. We'll change it one more time. See that? Real easy. Now you want to change your color. Keep it highlighted. Go up to your color right here. Click. Pick the color. Select. Say OK. You have just changed your color. Now you'll move to your arrow up here. That's how you cut a lot of your tools off. Which this arrow right here. Just click. There you go. We have just changed our color. Now remember, the one on top right here is the one that's on top of your project. In other words, see how it's on top? On top. If I were to pull this down in a different location, now it's behind this, so it'd be on top of that one, but it'll be behind this one. If I pull it down one more, see the little line? Now it's behind this, and it's behind that one. It's still there, but it's behind it. Okay, so a lot of times I do all of my text last. I get my project pretty much the way I want, and I do my text file last. Now that we have our project pretty much done, we're going to save it. What we're going to do now, we're going to show you guys how to edit one of your own photos. Now, we're just going to close this for right now. We're going to say yes. We might come back to it. Remember, I told you the photos that you see here in this training tutorial are photos that you do not have. But if you go to a photo you have, I'm going to open up a photo and we're going to change the background. Now that's my original photo. What I suggest you do is make sure your background color is the color you want. In this case, we're going to use the white. Come up to your select tool and see how I got it right here. I got a little 30 right there instead of 0. That's because I want my edge a little feathered. We'll talk about that, but you'll see when I copy it. But select your whole photo, go to edit, copy, and then go to file, new. It's going to give you the same dimensions as your original photo and say OK. There's a new untitled workboard. And go to Edit, Paste. Now, once you have done that, your original project, you can close. Simply close. Now that way you don't have to worry about ruining your original project. Now, this tool right here, we call it a magic wand. And remember I told you if you right click, it gives you more tools. But for right now, we're just going to use the magic wand right here. Place the magic wand on the color you want to remove. See how I highlighted all the way around because it's showing blue all the way around? Simply highlight it and hit delete. That's pretty easy. See right here, there's some blue there. Put your magic wand there and hit delete. And you have just changed your background. Now of course it's still blue around the trim of his hat, but the more you play around with this tool, the better you'll get. And you'll find what works and what don't work. Some people like this, some people like different things. You'll find what's easy for you. Now, remember our history. Let's just say that's not what we wanted to do. Go to your history and remember how you could back up steps all the way to the beginning and start over in your history. So in other words, you could come right there and you don't have to select nothing else and continue from right there or keep going. Now, to cut that off, go up to your magic wand, double click. See how I cut it off. Alright? Now, what we're going to do now, see if you go to your layers, see it's 2 layers. Now, this one is on its own layer. If you go up to your move tool, you can see how you can move it around. And you can position it right there. Move it up. Alright, in this case we're going to pretty much leave it right where it's at, right there. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to make this one a work project. Remember how it's untitled. So simply click here. We're going to say yes. Remember, Photoshop document. Okay, we're going to call this one Project 2. Project 2, and we're going to save. We're going to say yes. We have just made a new project. As you can see, we have 2 projects now. Project 1 was this one, and Project 2 we're going to open up. Remember, we can go back and edit. Remember how I told you how you can still work with this one. In this case, we're going to go up to layers. We're going to flatten our layers. And we're going to go to File, Save As. We're going to change it to a Jpeg. Right there. We're going to keep the same name and we're going to say Save. There you go. When you go up to File, it has just made Project 1, your workboard, and your final. Project 2, your workboard, and your final. When we come back, we're going to show you guys how to edit a JPEG. A lot of people ask me, well, once you make a JPEG, can you do anything with a JPEG? Yes, you can. I'm going to show you how you could edit a JPEG. But for right now, that's how you add text and make a workboard, save your projects, and keep your projects organized in a location where you can easily find them. Because the more you do in Photoshop, the more you're going to want to go back to some of your old projects. You might not have to do stuff over again. Okay? All right.